And so that's why I'm rich. Anyway, we're back to part 2 of our talk about the Nintendo Switch and how I can't afford Nintendo Switch.
It's great to be back.
Yeah.
Part 2. Here we go. Tubby Talk Part 2. Hope you guys enjoyed Part 1. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it right now. Maybe at this point, we'll finally have things where you can click on to like see Part 1. So enjoy Part 1 and don't watch Part 2 without it, but also do whatever you want. It's a free country. Or is it? Terrence.
Young Junk!
Anyway, Bonanza, that looks like the coolest thing ever. And they made him punchy.
Yeah.
Like he's a big, strong Donkey Kong.
I wonder if he's going to be voiced by Seth Rogen in the game.
See, the thing I keep seeing that I'm a fan of is they said this is very Eastern. Like in the humor, in that it's probably going to be a silent protagonist and like just all of his expressions and everything he does. It's like an Eastern art style. It's not like us Western folk.
I like that.
Kabuki Kong.
I like that it has a style. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the Nintendo stuff previous to this was kind of soulless. You think of the generic like Mario look that's been going on for the last decade and a half.
Since
Just
Mario,
clean and polished.
Yeah, like very clean,
Mario U,
clean to the point of having no soul, right?
Yeah.
And I think everything kind of before Wonder, like Wonder took a little bit of this back. But you think of things like in Mario Party, they're like, we're gonna use generic Mario like models, and all the characters in Mario Party are just kind of, all right, I get it, you're Wario, but do you have the soul of Wario? No.
You know when the soullessness started? When they started using CGI models, and Mario or Luigi doesn't skid to a stop, and their hat flies off their head.
Oh yeah.
Like they did, like it did in the Pixel ones. Like as soon as they stopped doing that, like Odyssey kind of has a little bit of like that cartooniness to it.
Yeah, honestly,
Throwing a hat.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of them are just like, oh, it's a one character model, so nothing. His hat doesn't fly off when he stops suddenly. Like it needs to. It shows the kinetic energy he's shedding.
Well, then you're probably got a kick out of there's finally costume changes in Mario Kart, where everybody has like a new costume and stuff, where it's not the base model anymore. There's different things.
Mario Kart looks fascinating. Just that they changed it at all. I'm so thrilled that it's not just another Mario Kart. Here's 8 circuits, have fun.
Yeah, it's Mario Kart Paradise now.
Mario Kart World.
We'll play it.
But there's a game called Burnout Paradise that came out like I guess 15 years ago now,
At least.
But it was a former track racing series and made it an open world racing series. And Mario Kart World is very reminiscent of it.
Yeah.
In all the best ways.
I'm going to sink so many hours into that.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not going to get them back.
Like I think me and Chris, like
I'm gonna die.
I know I spent at least 100 hours of Burnout Paradise just tooling around, driving, jumping off cliffs. I'm pretty sure Chris spent like a fraction of that doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just drive up. Drive to an intersection, you honk your horn. Suddenly there's an 8-person race.
Every single intersection you could honk your horn and have a different race head.
I did them all. 100% of that game.
Wow.
100% of that game.
I didn't know that.
It was tough.
You got a sickness.
One of them was like you had to do like a race around the entire island you're on, and it was like a
city. It's the size of a city.
Yeah, it was like a 5-hour island. Sorry, it's my phone. It's like a 5-hour race.
I will absolutely 100% Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh yeah, yeah.
100%. Probably I won't Mario Kart. There are some challenges in Mario Kart that are too challenging to the point where it's like, I'm not doing this to get skeleton Bowser. It's too much.
Well, so another thing that's interesting about that game is it seems to have dozens and dozens and dozens of characters. And people get really excited about the characters in Mario. I don't care about the characters in Mario Kart, to be honest. To me, it's like you're a car racer. I don't... people are like, oh, they didn't include Boo in this one. And I'm just like, okay, I don't care.
Either going to pick the racer that drives the best for me, or I'm going to pick Luigi if the driver's stats don't matter. I'm going to be Luigi or Yoshi.
It's like, am I light, medium, or heavy? And beyond that, like, it doesn't really matter.
Is Koopa Troopa in it? I don't care.
Yeah, there's like 9... I see, I care. They got me.
Yeah. So
9... There's a Hammer Brother in it.
Everybody has their own favorite characters, but the breadth of characters doesn't really matter. You get all the classics, all the hits. Boos and Koopa Troopers
more
are
than just the hits. You get like Buzzy Beetle.
Well, that's the cool
Buzzy
thing.
Beetle's original. That's the OG.
He's never been in a Mario Kart. Can I see the Mario Kart World character list?
Yeah. Well, they are throwing everything at the wall with this one, and that's an exciting approach. Because the one that made me excited was they showed. I say I wasn't excited about this, but then they showed the cows from Moo Moo Farm is a racer.
That's what it was. I was trying to figure out what it was.
But like, it's such a like random. It's like, oh, we picked this side character and the
I didn't
background.
see,
of course.
this.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know
See
about
the
all
different
this.
character models.
Yeah.
And it looks like they take a Wonder Seed to put those on too.
That's what. Oh my god! No, it was a cheeseburger. I swear, Mario ate a cheeseburger.
I didn't see the.
It should be a Wonder because that makes more sense. Oh, this is cool. Oh, they're missing a Waluigi, or it just didn't load yet. Because there's a Waluigi with like a bandana.
Okay.
Baby Mario swimwear. What are we doing here?
Well,
This is amazing.
there's so many, and the thing is, like,
There you go. So here's some of the new ones. Lakitu.
no, he's been in them.
What?
Yeah, he's been. in them
Was he
since
like
DS.
DLC for? Oh no, he was
No,
just in the base, right?
Yeah, he's in the base of DS.
Aristocrat King Boo. The Gentleman Boo. I love it.
New style Donkey Kong. I don't think Navid's been a racer.
Okay, we've never played as a Goomba or a Wiggler.
Cow and Cow. Coin Coffer is also like a.
I'm pretty sure
deep
Wiggler was
Yeah.
in the GameCube one, wasn't it?
cut.
DS. Yeah.
Who was?
Oh,
Wiggler.
Wiggler.
Really? All right. Charge and Chuck. That's all I needed
Charge
to
and
hear.
Chuck is
Come
great.
on.
That's
Deep
great.
cut Super Mario World.
Oh, is that a
nothing's gonna be
picture? I'm
Cal
like,
for
where's-
me.
I'm like, I don't see Charge and Chuck.
Wait, Cataquack. Is that the thing from Sunshine that would like launch you?
Yes. Yeah, that's
awesome.
there's some deep cuts in this list.
Or is a Ninja in there? I don't see Ninja.
There's got to be a ninja in the
There's a
end. With
Spike,
the stuff
there's
that they're
a Peepa.
including, there's got to be. They obviously haven't.
These
shown
are
the
just
whole
what's
thing.
confirmed.
Oh wait, has there been anything from Mario 2 in as a driver racer?
Shy
Oh,
Guy.
Shy Guy.
Yeah.
As soon as I said it, I was like, wait, Shy Guys.
You can be the cow for Moo Moo Cow. All right,
it's cool.
I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
gotcha.
Be the
Moo
cow
Moo
from
Farm.
Gotcha. Moo Moo Cow. Yeah, Moo Moo Farm.
Yeah, the characters are going to be amazing. Look at that Donkey Kong model. So here's the
All-terrain
question.
Donkey
Is there a new Diddy Kong model?
No, that's rare. He's rare, isn't he?
ours.
No, he's in Smash, right?
Ours.
He's in Smash.
Smash, yeah. Right.
There's a lot of things to Smash though.
Yeah, so there's going to have to be a Diddy change unless they're going to oh my god, they went back to DK Jr. Like from Super Mario Kart.
See, in this game, I want to see both Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. I want
That would be
both.
cool. Well,
Characters.
see that you could make that move. You could rectify that right now and make Diddy Donkey Kong Jr.
Well, because of
Except he was already in the movie, so you can't do it.
because of the current legal issues, got to change his name back to Puff Daddy.
That was very good. That's a very funny joke.
And you could
It's
tell
so funny you have to say
because I said
verbally.
it.
It's a very funny
It
joke.
took me a minute, but it's very clever, and I'm very excited about it.
But yeah, Mario Kart, gonna play that. Brings us to some of the controversy, though, which we have yet to touch on. The internet's ablaze with controversy this whole week. Prices. How
Yeah,
much
wait,
the
let's
thing
talk it.
costs. So the Switch base model is going to come in America. For now, was going to come in at $450, which was about $50 more than Steve and I were kind of thinking for the thing.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, all right, I get it. $450. You look at the cost of other consoles, of other hardware out there, sure. Then the games, they're like, all right. So apparently, standalone Mario Kart World is going to be $90.
Yep.
It's 80.
80 digital.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 80 digital, 90 physical.
Or
Or $50 if you buy it with the console, which I can't imagine anyone not doing.
yeah, I mean, $500. Why wouldn't you do that? That's
Because they ran out of
That
packet editions. Yeah,
it's already out.
that's what. No, I'm saying.
Oh,
He's like, if that happens.
That's what that's happened with the Switch One. All the different editions, like the pack-in ones, sell out for fast.
I didn't even know there was a pack-in for Switch. Ever.
Pack-in. Oh, well, they've had, they've
Was
done
there a Breath of the Wild version?
There's a Breath of the Wild. There was a
There was an
Mario Kart
Odyssey
8.
version.
There was an Odyssey.
Or Mario
version.
Kart. One of
There was a
them.
Mario Kart version. That's right.
Yeah, because I got that one for my sister for her Christmas a couple years ago.
I think. Okay, so I actually understand this. $500 for a game, brand new system, day and date. I thought for sure it was going to be $399 as well, but I mean, as soon as they announced this, it was like, all right, everybody, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, I would have been shocked if it went over 500. I should say that. Because then you're in PS5 territory
Yeah.
and that craziness. Now, do I think it's too much? Yes. But do I think prices will drop in a year? Also, yes.
I think the 8 Balls is very unclear on that one.
Yeah.
Well,
But for factors outside of the video game industry,
3.5 years.
yeah. But
oh yeah,
but like so, one of the controversies was that the Japanese version, which is region locked this time, is like $350 the American MSRP, which people are up in arms about because it's $100 less than the global version.
yeah.
But it's also because they don't have to ship the Japanese version very far. They build them in Vietnam. They're shipping them like up the coast, basically.
Yeah, it makes it
So they don't have to deal with tariffs and any other things like that.
and they're like, well, it's our home turf. Like, we're going to take care of our home turf fans.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people mad. They were like, "Why does Europe have to pay more for the Switch?" And it's like Chris said, Nintendo's like, "Oh, we're good.
We got
It's your problem
VAT,
that
like,
you got to pay more for
They
it."
got VAT to pay.
Yeah.
The tariffs are flying. Who knows what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, let me add some pepper to this.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo can do whatever they want, and parents still have to buy this thing.
Yeah. Part of the,
I think that I look at it and I'm just kind of like, they got us. It's over. The hooks are in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like-
we're going to get it. We are going to pull out mortgages on our homes to get it.
yeah, like,
And I think it's
Mario Kart is sorry. Go ahead.
no. I just think this is the launch of a new generation of Nintendo, which is an epic, monumental thing that doesn't happen crazy often. It's been how many years?
Since the paradigm shift has been a while. It's since the Wii,
Yeah.
because the Switch was kind of like an iteration on the Wii U, a course correction on the Wii U. But
the Wii U, lots of parents didn't buy the Wii U.
Yeah. Well,
But they didn't know that it was a thing.
Right.
I'm going to
That-
blame
that was
marketing
big
on that.
well, and I would still maintain the Wii U sold as much as it did because old people and non-gamers were buying it. They're like, I got a system. Why am I getting a new system?
Yeah.
That was probably. I feel like that was half of the lost
The
purchase of
Wii was a moment. The Wii was a
Yeah. It was a cultural
the Wii was
zeitgeist.
Nintendo's iPhone,
Yeah.
right? Of like, there was the world before this, and now there
World
is this.
after. Yeah.
And we did it so well, nobody else better fucking try.
And-
Looking
well,
at you, Connect.
Yeah, and then well, not even them themselves, because then they tried to get with the Wii U and it failed.
Exactly. I agree. So
But like, sorry, I don't know if stepping on your point or agreeing with it. I'm trying to agree with it though. Mario Kart World is not $80-$90. Nobody who's buying a Switch 2 anywhere near launch is not going to buy Mario Kart.
right.
So they know that they can charge $80-$90 for Mario Kart. Now Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be $10 less because they're probably less sure on that because of new property. Other Switch 2 games are going to be $60. They've said as much. Those games are priced as they are. It's not the new paradigm per se at this point from Nintendo. But they're like, hey, if it seems like the game's going to be played well or people are going to enjoy it, we're going to charge them for it because we can.
I mean, I'm definitely in the camp. I'm going to buy it no matter what because they got me.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yeah.
And regardless of, I might grumble about some of the things, but right now, even like the system, like, all right, it's more than I'd like to pay, but I'm going to not be mad paying that. The games, maybe we'll see. But right now, I'm just like, yeah, especially like when people complain about the online stuff. They're like, oh man, you're charging for online. That's un-American. It's $20 a year. Dude, any kid can afford $20 a year.
I mean,
Like,
to be
well,
fair,
you're going
it's
the
currently
direction
$20 a year. Might go up when it comes out.
But you're going the direction that I am.
30 a year, still not much.
yeah.
The direction that I'm coming from is
Get a job and buy your Switch 2. Shut up.
well, not so terribly, but essentially, think of it this way. Any Nintendo fan, of which we are the buying party right now, we are of the age where we are starting to come into control of the economy and all that stuff, right? All of us know you get a Nintendo, you get the Mario Kart, the Zelda, and then
Kirby.
Kirby,
card.
and let's say 2 other Nintendo exclusives. You know you're in for 5 Nintendo exclusive games and the system. If that happens for less than $1,000, you made out because you got to play a Nintendo game. And I'm not talking about the ones that are kind of like, you know, okay.
I'm talking about Toad's Treasure Hunt.
We're talking about Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart. If you got those 5 games,
like
for
AAA
Switch,
premium experiences for
exactly, you got your money's worth if you paid $5,000 for that. where it's going to get crazy.
I don't know about 5,000.
I absolutely would say so. $5,000 of fun?
Well, it depends.
Over 10 years, I'm saying.
It depends on also your financial situation, right? So right now, all of us here, we have some disposable income, and that's not a position we've all been in our whole lives. And especially remember being a kid, where it's like, I get the one thing a year, and that one thing might be the one game, and I hope it's good. It better be good. 'Cause
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's all I got.
Chris,
Which is why I don't fuck around and get the Mario Kart, get the Mario, get the Zelda, get the Metroid, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm in a similar place, but also it's like, well, that doesn't affect me economically in any way. If it did, if I had to be like, you know what, I can't take a trip this year because I'm buying this thing, maybe I'd change my mind, you know?
I don't think you would, because you get to take a trip in your hand.
well, but that's the
You get to
thing.
go to Mario Kart World. You want to
like,
go to Jamaica? Fuck off. I want to go to Yoshi's Island.
Yeah. But like, it's actually like, it is my reality right now. Like, if it came in at 350, I'd be like, okay, day one pre-order. 400, I gotta think about it. 400 with Mario Kart, day one pre-order.
Yeah.
500 with Mario Kart.
Little, yeah.
I can't swing it now. I've stuff that I have to pay for imminently that I can't put on a pre-order for Switch.
But you just said an interesting word. Swing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can go into debt. I can go into debt to get it, but I don't want to.
No. I'm not saying that.
Don't do
I
that.
can go to debt to get it, but I don't want to.
When you swing it, it is not something that was prioritized years ago. If you're in the video game playing game, you know every 4 years you're going to need to have $400. So you got to save $100 a year for the system coming in 4 years.
That's if I'm only doing Nintendo, though. I got other games on other systems I'm playing.
You got other coals in the iron.
money.
But you
Yeah.
can do it. But you can do it if you prioritize Nintendo, which everyone should. I'm just saying, like there are certain, and I'll even use the word toy. There are certain toys that you know you gotta get, and you know that when Generation 1 comes out and you get it, you start the saving account immediately for the next one.
if
You
you're
gotta have $500 in reserve at all times for Nintendo.
I think you greatly overestimate the saving capabilities of most human beings.
I don't think I do. I think everyone I'm asking people to save $100 a year.
Yeah. People don't think that far ahead. You do.
You got to if you want Nintendo.
Yes. But a lot of people would be like, but I also want DoorDash to bring me a cheeseburger tonight. That's what a lot of folks are thinking.
You could finance that now. So go ahead and finance DoorDash.
Oh, God.
You really can do that.
How about
Have you seen that news?
Upsetting.
No.
You can finance Grubhub and DoorDash now. You can split. You can get like 5 equal payments for a cheesy gordita crunch.
This is the type of thing that I hate because I hate it on eight.
It's real.
I hate it on so many levels.
Yeah.
And but I also hate to admit one of those levels is I did not think and do it, and therefore make the money from it.
Well, you can make the money with me on this Nintendo thing.
Oh my God. It's
The Nintendo Savings Account,
The Nintendo Savings Account.
Nintendo Savings Fund Club.
The Nintendo Savings Fund. Because look, you know another Mario's coming. You know another Mario Kart's coming. You know another Zelda's coming. You know another system's coming. Stay ready.
You know, the last Mario Kart was 12 years ago.
So 12 years. What did you have to save? $5 a year?
No, if you knew it was coming out the next year,
You know, but
2025.
you know it's coming out.
No.
That's my point. You know Nintendo's going to keep Nintendoing.
until they don't.
An $80 game is a much better, easier pill to swallow than a $450 price pending system.
We're doing this. We're starting a giveaway where we will give a child $1,000 only for Nintendo products. That's exclusive. It sits there. It sits in an account. I get the interest. No,
Wait, so we're putting like $1 in like every other day? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
For every episode of Tubby Talk, we will put in $1.
Steve Wright is not a subsidiary of Tubby Talk. I'm in no way beholden to this claim.
I guess my point is
This is a young junk situation.
my point is that you know you're going to get. That's the thing. It was the same with the Switch. It was the same with the Wii. You get whatever you want, Sony or Microsoft. That's a hard decision, and I understand that. But you have to get the Nintendo too because it has Smash Brothers.
If we're
You
of
have
that
to.
persuasion, I mean, there are people who feel similarly about the next PlayStation.
I don't
And
know
that's
about
fine.
that.
There are.
I don't think so.
They're more
definitely
than care
are.
about the Nintendos at that level. Unfortunately,
We have a lot-
But I guess what I'm saying is, you know, you have your electric bill and you have your roof bill. You also have your Nintendo bill. No matter what, there's
It's
a
a
Nintendo.
utility for you.
Yeah, you have to have it.
So this is the
because
same
it's
way-
got that Smash Bros.
Wait, Terry, do you own a house?
I do, yeah.
Why do you have a roof bill?
because there's a bad roof. My point is electric, electric gas Nintendo.
I was like, wait, is somebody cheating you? And they're like, oh yeah, you got to pay $50 a month for your roof.
I will
Who else is going to take it from you.
They take one shingle every time I don't pay.
Just Apple people think the same way, though. They're like, well, I need to get the next Apple.
They used to.
A lot of them still do, man.
I think.
Yeah, because now you can just trade it in and they give you the next one.
There was a tipping point. It happened with GoPro too at the same time, where there was a tipping point of like, I don't need to go from the 4 to the 5. I'll go from the 4 to the 10. But it used to be every year a new thing. That's dead
For some people.
for Apple.
There's a lot of people who still line up every time, and they're like, "Oh, I have the iPhone 12, but I need the third." I'm sure.
Like I do get you saying though, because early on there was innovation.
It was real, yeah.
And now there's iteration, which is not as exciting from a
Which you could argue.
paying out of pocket.
Dude, that should be the name of your
Nintendo.
album: Innovation versus Iteration.
Yeah, I
Awesome
I
line.
totally agree. Every
What do
smartphone that
kids
comes
say?
out.
That's a great rhyme. What do they say? They say something when it's like when it's a well-written line. They say something.
Schwiggity schwa.
That's a bar. Thank you, Dylan. That's a bar.
That's a
That's a
great
bar.
rhyme.
I'm an old man, but I have a Nintendo savings account that'll never run out because I've been putting into it since I was 5.
So now
Birthday money. All birthday money went into
Your Nintendo
Okay,
account.
so you know what? I was brainwashed as a kid into this.
yeah.
Because you would get $50 from grandma or $20 from grandma, depending if it was
rich
birthday.
grandma.
Depends if it was
$50.
birthday or Christmas. And that went into the Nintendo fund.
Yeah.
And I never saw it. That was just used to buy games for me.
Wow.
You never saw it because your parents controlled it?
Yeah, my dad must have pulled a move there. But
So it was going into his
also,
pocket, and then he would just buy the game when it
but
came
I was
out.
getting exactly
But
what
yeah.
I wanted.
It still
and it
worked
was
out
being
for you, yeah.
financed properly.
See, I thought I was a Nintendo fanboy. I think you beat the crap out of me, man.
I might. Well, here's the thing. I am a Nintendo fanboy more than I am a video game fanboy,
Oh.
in which I don't have the troubles and tribulations of needing a Sony and a Microsoft and a computer.
PC.
I just know I have to get Nintendo and those big AAA premium titles, which for me is about $1,000 to $1,500 a generation. Let's say all.
yeah.
Which, as long as those generations are less than 5 years, that's manageable. But also, there is a whole other world that I love and that you love too, and that we saw a hint of, which is indie games
Yes.
are fantastic. And we saw Silksong. Are you as excited about that?
I'm not now. 'Cause it took way too long, and it just looks like Hollow Knight.
Yes.
After all
I
this,
wanted a remake with like better core complexity. And
after all this time, I wanted more than just
isn't
more
it just
Hollow
like
Knight.
3 guys in a room that were working on that though?
Yeah, Team Cherry, I think they're called.
It's amazing.
I never played Hollow Knight.
Why?
Hollow Knight's very good.
It was at a time when there was a lot of like fun, quirky indie side scrollers coming out, and I was just like,
one of the glut of
it was one of the glut to me, so I never got to
But
it.
I'll tell you what, while we're talking about money and financial things like that, indie games definitely fill a huge need for kids. Like if you or me, we had to wait until a new $50 game came out. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. The fact that you can download a $5 amazing experience now, what are we doing?
Well, and what I would do,
It's amazing.
Well,
AAA title,
$20
indie.
I'm
But
just
no, you
thinking,
get some for like $5.
yeah, you can get a lot of them for $5.
They're on sale.
And the thing is, like, I could have played so many more games. Like, it's more accessible. I'd mow a bunch of lawns and I'd get $5 a week.
Yeah.
And that $5 a week I'd usually blow at Blockbuster. And I'd rent a game at Blockbuster and I'd play for the weekend and give it back. But if I could have owned a game, even a digital game, like $5, if I had a new game to keep every week, that's a reality now for kids.
Yeah. I mean, it was $250 that you would have had if you took a 2-week vacation, if you just put it all away.
Yes.
Which is 5 games you own.
Well, that's something I had to learn.
I just remember something that retroactively makes your childhood worse, and I apologize for even telling you this.
Yeah.
There's a Funko Land right up at Umbria.
There was one in Umbria? Okay. I know that.
Because I always wanted to go to it as a kid, and my mom was like, "No, you're not allowed to go to Roxborough." So I couldn't go to Roxborough to go to
Roxborough.
to go to one at Ridge and Umbria. But there's a Funko Land within walking distance of your house. You could have used that $5 to buy all sorts of used games.
Yeah.
Will you use the Switch 2 over the Steam Deck for indie game titles?
That's a good question. I probably will because it's lighter and I can play it more readily on, probably depends which buttons I like better. I guess.
I mean, that's a very valid
Spoken
concern.
like a programmer.
That's a very
Yeah,
valid
yeah, yeah.
concern. Like, I do play games on my Switch a lot. If it's multi-platform, I would rather play it on a PC because the A and B buttons being swapped on Nintendo only throws me off a lot to this day. like playing Balatro. I tried to play it on my Switch, and I'm like, no, with a Pro Controller or my computer even, not even on Switch. And I kept throwing away cards I wanted to play because the buttons are swapped. And they eventually added an option to swap the buttons in-game to remap them so you don't throw away the buttons you don't want to. It was aggravating. So certain games I will play on Switch that are Switch only, or that I only buy on Switch and will not buy it again on any other system.
Do you see yourself using the mouse? Or do you see yourselves, this is clearly a game designed for PC. I bet it exists on PC. I'm going to get it.
It's not even at that level for me. From playing Switch, it's handheld in a place where I don't have a surface to use a mouse. So I'm not going to use it.
Oh, interesting.
Like, if this game compelling enough to make me sit down at a table like this and play it with the mouse, I might. But my Switch gameplay is playing in between other things. Playing at the shop between customers, playing while watching like something on TV I don't need to pay attention to, like a baseball game. I'm not going to sit there and do mouse stuff while I'm trying to watch a baseball game because I can't
the
stop.
Best, by the way, watching long sports with a Switch is one of the most fun things.
Football, baseball, they're both fun because you got downtime between plays.
Yeah.
You can stop, play 30 seconds, a minute of game, and then watch 5 seconds of baseball and then go back to game. While you're listening to commentary, it's perfect.
Yeah,
You have a family.
I do.
Will the kids be Switch 2 kids?
Probably. See, I hesitate with this sometimes because I don't want my kids to be spoiled.
But you also
I
caved
want
with,
to play the game.
And you caved with the Switch over time. Like, you did hold your ground for a bit.
Yeah.
Because he was like one Switch for the house.
Yeah.
That's
And then,
brilliant.
And then Kelly got a Switch, right?
Yeah.
And
Wasn't
then
even the kids that brought.
No.
well, no, but she's her own adult, but she got a Switch. But then it was like, now we got kids. I want to play the Switch, and the kids want to play the Switch. I guess we'll get a Switch. Like,
Yeah.
Isn't that basically how it went? Like,
Kinda, yeah. They had the new version, like at the OLED come out. I was like, well, I want an OLED for myself. And
Oh,
now,
so you got
this
the OLED
one's
you
the kids
hand me down?
one, yeah. But I will probably get one. I'm gonna sign up for the pre-order. We'll see where that goes, when that goes. But like, I don't need to play it right away. That's the other thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm excited for. When it comes out, it's also the midst of our busy season. I'm gonna be busy with lots of stuff. I'm like, what if I just hold on to this till the fall, the winter?
So I did that. You guys got me the Switch that I have.
Yeah.
As a gift. I held out. I had kind of made a declaration. I was early on in my business where I was like, this is what I'm focusing on. And I got rid of all of my video games. I had no game system.
you closed your Nintendo Fun Club account.
I did.
Gamers Club account. Yeah.
I did. And then you guys got me back into it. But what was the point I was trying to make? Oh, I was trying to make the point. There are all of these like family plan style setups now. And even like that, did you see that rental system thing that they had on the Direct right before this?
Oh, yeah.
Where you can, that seems like the best thing
lending
for
thing.
kids, where dad owns all the games on digital and then lends them out.
No, I
And then you could put in parental controls or whatever on how
I love
how
it,
much
and
time.
I wish they had it before because I bought multiple copies of a couple games that I probably didn't have to.
Yeah. And so, like, that was one of the things about Mario Kart that I don't mind the price increase because you can play it remotely with up to 4 friends that have the Nintendo online accounts with only one copy of the game that the host has. So if you have a party of 3 or 4.
What?
Yeah. So like, I could buy Mario Kart
Over the
World.
internet?
Yeah, and then we could play sessions together based off of my game without you having to own the game.
Yeah.
I
So-
missed that. Okay, then no one better complain about money.
Yes.
You don't even have to buy the game if you have friends.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you can't play single player, but yes.
the people complaining about it don't have friends that they want to get together and play Mario Kart with at a scheduled time, which I could get.
You could have stopped it at friends.
I was trying to be nice. I wasn't going to stop with friends. I was like, I should be nice. I'm one of those people. Most of the time, I'll be like, oh, my friends don't want to play Mario Kart right now because I play games late at night. But yeah, that can help amortize the cost though. You got a friend group of 4 people. 2 people buy Mario Kart for $80 each. It's like if each of them bought it for $40. You know?
I'm also curious, are these for... They're for children primarily. But are they anymore? I don't know.
They're for
Children from, like,
gamers of all ages.
From
guess
like
this-
5 to 50 is
Yeah.
kind of where we're
Yeah,
looking.
of all
This thing hit me so hard in the heart watching the direct, though. I was just like, oh my God, I'm so happy and so excited.
It is nice to be excited about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
And also, 50 that's age discrimination. It goes all the way up to olds playing games.
It's true.
There's people that play Elden Ring that are like 80, and I see them on the forums, and they're like, "Yeah,
so happy.
I'm playing
Really?
Elden Ring. Yeah, my grandson got me into it, and I keep dying on this first." And it's like
I'm just thinking like critical mass. Our generation's the first one to grow up with a Nintendo, right? Like,
Yeah, but like the cool parents when we were kids sat down with you, or at night when you were sleeping,
Yeah.
were playing your Mario.
absolutely.
If you had a dad experience with like NFL Blitz, that was a fun time.
Yeah.
Or like a game like that. Like that was amazing.
So are you pre-ordering?
Yes, I think I will. You know why? Because I've been saving for this thing for 10 years. There's literally an account in my Schwab.
Is there literally one?
Ready?
Yeah.
It is made up of NTDOY stocks.
Yeah,
So we need to do well. So there's a chance it drops out. And then I'm screwed.
at the time of the direct, you could afford it because the stock went up. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
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 Nintendo's been okay.
My personal investment account, I owed now it's $30.
It went up?
Yeah, I owed 10 before, now I owe 30 because it started with 100. It was real small. I was playing around with the market, but apparently, mining lithium in Canada, don't do it. The bottom dropped out immediately, and I owe them money now to keep using that account.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, don't get into trouble.
That's why I can't. Well, no. So at 400, I would have been like, I'll pre-order and I'll just like eat ramen for a little bit.
Well,
500 with the game, I'm like, it's stretch. I'll just wait till after my trip this summer I have to take. And now it might be higher, so sounds like Christmas.
Yeah.
But it also, I think it's based on what else you do for fun, you know? The fact that I'm a single console type of guy, I think
you
does everything.
Yeah, you want
right?
the Nintendo console with the most Nintendo stuff you can play, which will be the Switch 2 in a month and a half.
But my question is, when does GTA 6 come out? Because that
After the Switch 2.
Yeah.
As the internet likes to measure things now.
Because those are the two big things, right?
Yeah. It's just announced for later. I think it might be 2026.
So
I don't even think they said that yet, though.
Yeah.
So do you think, based on our conversation, people will have the wherewithal not to buy the Switch 2 because they're saving for GTA 6, or do they go into debt?
People will go into debt at every opportunity.
But yes. But also,
Yeah.
GTA 6 will not cost the same as a Switch 2. If it does, then that is an issue. That is when you start internet wars about it.
There's no way that's not a $100 game, though.
They could probably get away with it. There's
Steve
people
is saying it may be a $450 game.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not going to be 60, they're going to make it $450.
Well, you need 4
Like,
copies for everyone in Chris's family.
if they're going to be a monkey, they're going to be a Donkey Kong.
That's right. I'm going to buy my grade school age children GTA 6.
It is crazy. I mean, GTA 6, it sounds
old-
like it will be the biggest entertainment event ever. Period. Full
It
stop.
could
Movies, TV, everything.
It could
of
be.
Like the biggest, the most amount of money passing
Spent at
through
once.
that.
Well, I think 5 was close to that when that came out.
Well, 5 has just been selling nonstop since it came out for 15 years.
I mean, but even like the first week or month, I think it like set records for video games.
yeah.
And I guess the point I was trying to make was that if you're not an exclusive Nintendo fanboy, there's other cool things to enjoy and continue enjoying.
yeah, like-
well into the launch.
Yeah.
So maybe you wait on the launch.
Yeah, like I was telling Chris, like I've spent $320 or so lifetime on Destiny 2 expansions and stuff. I played 3,400 hours of it. That's last time I checked.
How much money?
320 because I bought like 6 expansions and they are each like 80 to 100. Oh no, it's like 60 to
And you've
100.
spent $3,200.
So no, I spent $320 for 3,200 hours of gameplay.
That's a
Is that
good
$10 an
ROI.
hour?
No, it's less. It's like 10 cents.
10 cents
10 cents an hour?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's a good value. I don't need to have played that much to get a good value out of spending money for a game.
So if
Mario
Mario
Kart-
is your employee who is supposed to provide you with entertainment,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
pay them 10 cents an hour.
Yeah, they get much less than minimum wage, which is great. But so like there might be an expansion before the Switch comes out, before I can afford the Switch. The expansion will be like $80, maybe. Because I don't know if it's coming out till next year. I can spend that 80 now, and it keeps me busy until Christmas when I can afford the Switch 2 and save up for the Switch 2 because I'm playing that and not spending any more money on it until maybe next year.
I agree.
Or like if you're playing a straight up free to play game, that's even less because if you're not buying skins and stuff, it's free. It's just a time expenditure. So the things people can do that are waiting for the Nintendo game that play other systems. Or you can just buy games as usual when they go on sale, which the people do on Steam.
Like I like the you stick around for the premiums, and then you hang out with indie games until the next big premium. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. And I mean, money wise, it's a good strategy.
Or you can just do other things that aren't games.
Do things that aren't games. Run your business.
Well, we're talking about this too. What hobbies could gamers online, vocal gamers online like to complain that
Gaming's an expensive
are
hobby.
expensive as it is now. Like $60 is expensive for a game.
And then I was just trying to be like,
Go to dinner. Go to dinner once. By yourself and get an appetizer, a drink, an entree, and a dessert.
Yes.
What
plus.
What hobbies are less than gaming
Yeah, there aren't
and
many
money
out
expenditure?
Great point.
Tabletop is not. And that's about to skyrocket just like gaming is.
there. Board games, yeah.
Magic the Gathering style, like deck building games. You're paying out the wazoo for lottery tickets, basically.
Every sport ever is going to be more
Miniatures
expensive than
painting,
this.
sports.
Like art.
Pickleball might have, and that's if you don't have to rent the courts.
Yeah, but you can't physically play 3,200 hours of pickleball without getting injured. You can with that.
Or your legs would be the strongest legs ever.
Yeah. Donkey Kong legs.
Yeah. Huh?
But yeah, like gaming is not an 80-hour game every now and then. I don't want to be like, oh, that's great.
No.
Just worse things. Like a $500 Switch too. So once you get over that hurdle, the games aren't that bad.
We have an embarrassing amount of fun riches.
We really do. Too many games, not enough time, and that's going to just kick into higher gear. And now I'm just like, well, I have a backlog to work through of stuff I really want to play.
You wait. I'm telling you, time is going to be the next science that they figure out, where we can just go in a room where the time doesn't pass and play full 8-hour session games and come out. It's been a minute.
Hyperbolic time chamber of games.
But also, you're not actually playing. You're just matrixed.
That's assuming that science is still funded. Enough for them to develop that.
All right.
Tariffs. All right.
Mario doesn't like them.
He's shaking his head both ways. Yeah.
He's impartial.
Yeah. He's like,
All right, come on, honey.
Thank you so much for watching Tubby Talk. We'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's do it.
Young John!